guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be just on the skin and the face. I'm using Sephora's foundation and concealer, whom I recently just discovered and fell in love with. So I felt like I should share this wow moment with you. So stick around if you want to see how I ended up with this glowy, flawless face. Just stay tuned. So I've already done my eyes. I just did a simple eyeliner with some pretty lashes from Ardell. So today we're going to focus just on the skin. It's pretty apparent I have really dark under eye circles and they rule my life. So everything I do, I need to make sure that my under eyes are covered. And it's really hard to find like a really good concealer that does all this in one job, because normally I need to color correct with an orange concealer and then a different colored concealer over. So I think I've found the concealer that does everything in one. I was really shocked. I went to the mall the other day, my cousin up to no good, and I was just looking through the Sephora aisle. I don't know if many of you know this, but I actually started doing makeup on other people with Sephora products. My dad took me to Sephora one day and said, "You want to be a makeup artist? Okay, let's do it. Go buy whatever you need on me. Let's get this dream of yours started." So I was there for like 2-3 hours buying foundations, buying eyeshadows, buying concealers. Backstory is my makeup career was founded on Sephora products, so I hold it dear to my heart. I'm not sure if this is new, but it's new to me. So this is the Sephora Matte Perfection foundation. It's a little tube like this. It's 1.01 ounces. So it's a pretty good size, and a little bit goes a long way. And then the concealer, which I've been wearing every day for the last like 2 weeks, it's called the Sephora Make No Mistake High Coverage Concealer. So that's this one right here. Let's prep the skin. I already have my moisturizer on and my primer. I'm just gonna put some MAC Stroke Cream on. This is a travel size. I carry this with me in my makeup bag. I'm just gonna put this on my high points. Notice I've already filled in my brows too. We can leave that for a different tutorial. That's a complete video on its own. So this is the concealer in shade 10, Vanilla Bean. So you can put this on two ways. Either with your beauty blender, which I'm using the LC Cosmetics Velvet Sponge, or with a concealer brush. This is the Real Techniques Expert Concealer Brush. So I'm gonna do 1/2 with the brush, 1/2 with the beauty blender. I'm gonna make some dots on my face. And like I said, a little bit goes a long way. So let's start first with the half that I'm gonna use with my brush. Just gonna pat it out. Gently carving out under my eye so it doesn't ruin my wing. Look how much got covered with so little product. Do you guys see the difference? Now imagine if these dots weren't there, but can you see the brightening effect this has compared to my dull face? I'm gonna go in with the LC Cosmetics Velvet Sponge. First I'm gonna dab it out. And for me, the coverage of this concealer is so good that I can just use this for every day. Like I can get away with not wearing foundation every day or like a BB or CC cream. Because my biggest thing is my eyebrows and my under eyes. So if my eyebrows are on and my under eyes are covered, I don't care for foundation every day. Because in all honesty, like where am I going? I'm not going anywhere. But do you guys see how nicely that covered my under eyes? Like I didn't even use an orange concealer. This just did it all in one. The consistency of this is thicker than the Shape Tape concealer from Tarte. Thicker in the sense it's a little more, I don't want to use the word pasty, but it feels thicker. Whereas the Shape Tape, it's a little thinner and it's more like, I don't know if it's water-based, but it feels like it's just lighter in texture. The texture of this is definitely a little thicker, which is why you can use very little of it, as opposed to like those thinner water-based concealers. Those are ideal for like people who don't really have the color correcting necessities that some of us need. Personally, me, whether it's an everyday look or like just going out at night or like special events, I almost always use like a heavy duty concealer just because I have more needs under my eyes. If I'm putting it on, I want it to do its job. And I'm gonna let it sit a little. If I need a little more, I'll go ahead and put it back on. You could see that it's a little shiny. So obviously you need to set this with your setting powder, which we will do. Let's go into the foundation. So this is color 34 called Maple. And again, this is the Sephora Matte Perfection Foundation. Full coverage, long lasting. Matte finish, transfer resistant, long lasting comfort, oil free, dermatologically tested, non-comedogenic. So it's very promising. So I'm gonna do half with a buffing brush, half again with the velvet sponge. Just a dime size. This color is obviously a little dark. Normally when I do my own makeup, I like to do my foundation first, then my under eyes. Because now I'm gonna have to go back with some more concealer. But I got carried away, I forgot. Or I was just too excited to cover my dark circles on camera because I don't want the whole world to see my dark circles. But then again, I really don't care anymore. Like, I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. Screw it. I am who I am. I don't really bring my foundation past like this area because this is like a concealer zone. So I'm just gonna put a little on the forehead. Really buff it in. Alright, now it's time to do the Beauty Blender side. So again, I'm just going to put like a dime size. I actually like how it looks more with the Beauty Blender side. Maybe that's just because I'm used to the Beauty Blender more than brushes. Some foundations I put on with a buffer brush, like those HD sticks. And for some reason, I feel like this got blended much better with the velvet sponge. Okay. So like I said, I will go back in with some more concealer just because I feel like the foundation color went over it, and I like to use my concealer to conceal and highlight. I'm barely squeezing the tube too. And like the retail price point of this is really good. Like the concealer, I believe it was $16 and the foundation was $20. So if it's something that you want to invest in and keep rebuying, it's not expensive at all. No, I don't think. So now it's time to set it with our setting powder. I'm using the Laura Mercier setting powder. But before I do this, I am going to go in with a cream contour stick from Fenty. This is in the shade Mocha. I'm going to use the Morphe G31 brush. I'm just going to pick some up lightly. Very little. Always remember you want to blend up with a contour stick or any contour color. You don't want to contour down because then you're just making your face look really long when you want it to look lifted. I really like this contour stick. It's from the Matchsticks collection. So I got the one that had mocha, and then it had this highlighter shimmery stick too. It's called Trippin'. This is really pretty too. It's like an orange, peachy. I'm gonna use this, but just in a little bit. I just want to set my under eye. The concealer didn't say it was matte, which is fine, but the foundation promised that it was matte, and to be honest, I do believe that it is matte. Like, it's not shining as much here. Obviously this area is shiny because I put the strobe cream under, the MAC strobe cream, but compared to my under eye, foundation is pretty promising. I'm gonna use the Sephora Tan Bronzer. This is shade 35 from the Sephora Collection. I've had this for a really long time, and I used to use this all the time until I started buying more makeup. But this is the shade. It's just a matte tan bronzer. So I like to use this to define the hollows of my cheeks. And I'm using the Japan-esque contour brush. I forgot the actual name of this. I don't think it has like a number. I just think it's called like a contour brush. And I like this brush because it has like a dome head. I'm gonna use the same brush I used to put the contour stick on, but I'm gonna use just a tip because this is like an angled brush. I'm just gonna put it at like a blush. That's enough. I don't like too much blush. For some reason it freaks me out. Next, I'm gonna use the Sephora Glow Stick in the shade Pearly Illuminizer. This is really cool. When you're at the checkout at Sephora, you're in line and they have all those little mini-sized goodies. Well, yeah, this is one of them. So this is a illuminating stick. It has like a wet sheen to it, so it's really cool. You can even tell, like, it looks moist. So I'm gonna apply this to the high points of my cheeks to prep my skin for the highlight. I'm just rolling it on. I feel like you can even wear this with just like moisturizer and it'll look like you have like highlight on when you really don't. You pat it out very gently. Don't you love that shine? Like, it just looks like it's glossed. I love that. It's so cute. Especially as it transitions into spring. I'm gonna use Super Shock Cheek. This is like a pressed highlight. It's really cool. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I use this a lot. You guys notice I always turn my head when I put highlight on? That's just my little thing that I do to recognize the high points of my face since they don't naturally stick out like a supermodel. One day it'll all come back. So first I pat it on and then now I'm just gently blending it upwards. So now we're gonna go in with some lip liner. This one's from the ColourPop I Love Sarahi collab and it's the shade Curvy. I really like the shade of this lip liner. My only regret is that it's not like a matte lip liner. This is very creamy. So unfortunately it does move. it smudges. But other than that, like, it's such a nice shade. I feel like if there was a more matte finish, I would use it a lot more. The lipstick I'm gonna use is from Dose of Colors in the shade Toast. I really like this color. Now, to lighten up the center and give it some dimension, I'm gonna go in with Dose of Colors Undressed Lip Gloss, just in the center. So that's the look, guys. I hope you like it. Again, this was a foundation and concealer review. I think I love the way my face came out, and as you can see, the color is not too orange. It does set in after a while, especially as I put the setting powder on. Again, I didn't use any color correcting, nothing. It's just the concealer and the foundation on my skin, and I love it. It's very buildable, so you can make it look heavier if you'd like. But I just wanted to go for like a soft, dewy, glowy look. If you do want a tutorial on this simple eyeliner look, hit me up, let me know. Leave a comment, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Bye! These baby hairs though, they need their own YouTube channel.